let's choose my TBR for February. So this year I decided I wanted to join the ranks of people who have TBR games every month, and I decided to go with TBR Plinko. My boyfriend made this lovely Plinko board for me. I have a ton of different categories, very similar to how Cody's Book Corner does her Wheel of TBR. These two are the permanent ones. If I land on 0, I get to pick a mood read, and I am very much a mood reader, so I would enjoy that. And if I land on the @ symbol, then I have to add another book to my TBR. I'm gonna pick 8 books every month because that seems to be about the average of what I read. And I've also decided that I would like a punishment as well. If I don't read the 8 books I pick out for myself, then I have to buy 1 less book in the following month. I'm trying to buy less books. January didn't count because January I bought a lot, but going forward I only want to buy 3 books per month, and if I don't read the 8 books I set out for myself, then I'll only be allowed to buy 2 books or 1 book or 0 books. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Alright, so I'm just going to choose the first ones that are going to go on. I hope that you can read my shitty writing from there. This is not going to look perfect. So the categories we're starting out with are hyped, so a hyped book, backlist, which is just a backlist title, something that didn't come out this year or the year prior. Number 3 is newest purchase, which that's self-explanatory. 4 is highest rated, so the highest rated on my Goodreads TBR. 30 before 30 is a challenge I'm doing. I'm trying to read 30 like classic books or books I think I should read before I turn 30, so I already have a list for that and a video that goes with that. And so if I land here, then I'll have to read one of those books. Pet pick, I have cats, I'll make them choose. I put a couple of genres that I wanted to read more of this year, and horror is one of them. Thrifted, that means I have to go to the fucking thrift store and get a book, so I'm really hoping I don't land there. Here's the puck. I would like to eventually get a better puck. This is just a tea light with a piece of cardboard taped to it, so let's do my first Plinko drop. I don't know what the hell you call it. Also, I need to put a title across here, but whatever. Let's do my first Plinko drop ever and see what I get. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's try again. 6, pet pick, god damn it. Why does it have to be something difficult? Alright, well, I'll film that after. I don't know. Alright, go. Go.
Come on.
Look. Look, no. Bring your face over here. You're so dumb. Look. Okay, you hold that. Oh, battery's dying. Follow my hand. Look. Ugh, treat. Okay.
He just didn't.
Well, I feel like that was cheating because he knew which one I grabbed. Are you gonna look for another one? Well, I guess I'll read that book. You were not as good at this as I hoped you'd be. So now I'll just replace this with another purple one. Challenging read. So just something probably big or something I'm intimidated to read. 7, horror. For that I chose Kin by Kealan Burke. I still don't totally know what this is about. It seems to have taken a bunch of different horror movie premises, and there's several characters' point of views throughout the book. I think it's like 4, and they each went through this different traumatic horror premise, and it's kind of about them living their lives and dealing with the aftermath of that, which I just think is so interesting. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm going to be reading that on script. 2. So backlist. I have a million books that are backlist. For backlist title, I'm going to be reading The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This book is about a girl who went to this summer camp with some friends and her friends went missing. Now she's in the present and she's going back to try and figure out what happened. I read Final Girls by Riley Sager last year and I liked it. I didn't love it. The ending was real dumb. But I'm hoping that I like this one better. I'm really excited about it because it sounds like the second season of the show Slasher, which was my favorite season of like a horror show pretty much ever. So yeah, I'm hoping to love this one, and it'll be nice to have another thriller to kind of quickly get through. Out of my comfort zone. Out of my comfort zone. Just to read a book that's out of my comfort zone. Probably like nonfiction or fantasy. 6. Challenging read. Oh, fun. So for challenging read, the book I'm going to read this month is The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. This is a fantasy book, I believe, about a group of thieves and con artists. I read Six of Crows last month and really enjoyed it, so I was like, why not try Lies of Locke Lamora? It seems kind of similar. It has that found family element, which I love. But for me, I still consider this challenging because I don't read fantasy books. Six of Crows is pretty much the first fantasy book I've ever read. And that was YA, whereas this one's adult, so I feel like it's going to be even more challenging for my brain to handle. Debut. So obviously, a debut book. 1. Hyped book. The next thing I got in TBR Plinko was hyped. So I'm going to be reading Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I honestly was never going to read this, but then I saw Books and Lala read it, and I don't know, the way she talked about it made me want to pick it up, so here I am. I do love like things with found family, like I mentioned, and I am kind of in the mood lately for a book like this. I don't know a ton about this. I know it's got mixed media, and I know that it's like a crew on a spaceship doing some sort of mission. And that's about all I know, but I am pretty excited about this one. I think I'll get to this one soon. 6 again. This is the third time I've landed on 6. What is wrong with this board? For debut novel, I'm going to read The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I know that this is basically a hate to love romance book with 2 coworkers. I know a lot of people love this book. It seemed perfect for the month of Valentine's Day. So here I am. I wanted to read it last year and I never got around to it. I'm looking forward to this. I love the hate to love trope, so hopefully this is a good one. Lesser known book. So a book that is not hyped at all. 3. Newest purchase. My next category was newest purchase. I picked up 3 books recently in the same haul. Illuminae was one of them. The Hunger was another. And then there was 4321 by Courtney Stevens. I believe this has to do with some sort of bomb on a bus. And these are the kids that survived and they're dealing with their survivor's guilt, I believe. I don't know a ton about it. I watched Chelsea Dollings read this recently and she gave a really good review, so I'm hoping that I like this. I've never read anything by Courtney Stevens and I'm excited about it. Oh no. Alright, let's hope I don't end up on that or else he's gonna make me read sci-fi. This is the last roll. Please be kind to me. 7. New to me author. The next thing I got was new to me author, and the book I'm choosing to read for that is The One by John Mars. I thought this was perfect for Valentine's Day. It's all about this company or something that comes up with some sort of formula to find your perfect match, your soulmate. And this follows a bunch of different people as they meet their perfect match and what all entails after that. I know it's like a sci-fi thriller type of thing and I'm just so looking forward to this. I've never read anything by John Mars, but I've heard a lot about his work lately. People really seem to be loving it, so I'm hoping I'll love this one and then maybe want to pick up more. Some other things I'm going to be reading this month is 3 Women by Lisa Taddeo. I'm going to listen to this on audiobook through Scribd. This is a nonfiction book about 3 different women and I think it explores just their different relationships that they're going through at the moment. Then I'm also going to be reading Swing Volume 1, which is a graphic novel about a couple who decides to get involved in the swinger community. And then I'm also going to be reading Violent Love Volume 1, which I believe is some sort of take on like a Bonnie and Clyde type of couple, which sounds super fun. Now let's discuss my Contemporaryathon TBR. I took part in this late last year, I think, and I really enjoyed it, and I got a lot of books done, so I'm hoping to do that well this time again too. A couple of books do overlap with my Plinko picks, thank God, but there are, I think, only 2, so not great. The first challenge is to read a contemporary with green on the cover. For this I chose Take It Back by Abdullah. This is a book about a girl who's been raped, and there is a bunch of different stories that people who are involved with it have. I believe that this is a legal thriller, which I've always wanted to get into legal thrillers and I haven't. I own a couple, but I just haven't got around to reading any of them. I'm looking forward to trying this one out. The next challenge is to read a contemporary from a new to you author. That will be 4321 by Courtney Stevens, since I haven't read anything from her before. The next challenge is to read a diverse contemporary, and for that I'm going to be reading Such a Fun Age by Reid. I believe this book is about a babysitter who gets accused of kidnapping a child, and this video goes viral because the child is white and she's black. So this should have a lot of important things to say about race, and I know that like a lot of people have been loving it. It's a debut book. I bought it on Kobo, the ebook, and I'm very excited to get to it. The next challenge is to read a Backlist contemporary, something that's been on your TBR for over a year. For this I chose Going Too Far by Jennifer Eccles. I can easily say that this has been on my TBR the longest of any book ever. I'm pretty sure this has been on my TBR since high school, and I've just never got around to reading it because honestly I don't care to read it that much, but whatever, I'm doing it this month. I was looking for more like Valentine's-y romance read, so I threw it on here. I believe this has to do with kind of a spoilt girl who gets involved with an older cop and she pushes him too far, and I don't know, things get complicated. I'm gonna read this on Scribd. The next prompt is to read a dark or hard-hitting contemporary. For this I chose It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've never read Colleen Hoover before, but I've heard that this is her best work. I believe that it has something to do with an abusive and toxic relationship. The next challenge is to read a contemporary with a illustrated cover. So for that I'm choosing The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. And the last category is to read a contemporary beloved by a member of the booktube community. For this I'll be reading Bad Saint by Monica James. I've heard Jess from Peace Love Books talking about this and it sounds right up my alley, so I'm very excited to get to it. This is an erotica between a girl and her kidnapper who get stuck on an island together. Sounds like fun. And I needed some smut for this list. So that is my TBR for February. I hope you'll come back to see me review these books. Bye.